I bought another camera. Today we are talking all about the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Desmond. I make content about tech and travel gear, and what I've got in my hands is my newest camera. This is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Now, I did buy this camera for myself. I had it overnighted to me so I could play with it as soon as possible, and I've definitely had a chance to use this a good amount. Now, I have been looking to add an action camera to my lineup for a little while now, and the Ace Pro 2 actually checked a lot of those boxes for me. And it's because I think the Ace Pro 2 is a lot more than just an action camera. First of all, when it comes to use cases, I'm not riding down a mountain on a bike. I'm not jumping out of planes or snowboarding very often, although I am going to Vail this weekend. Having something like this is going to be great. Really, what I am doing a lot is traveling. I am documenting everyday life. I am trying to just film more content and get more footage on the go across all different types of scenarios. And having something as small and durable as an action camera is a missing piece, because I travel with a Leica Q3. Sometimes I've got my Sony A7CR. These are fantastic cameras. They give me great footage, but they are fragile. You can drop them, you can break them, you can't take them into the ocean. So having something in the form factor and durability of an action camera was really the missing piece. So let's run through the technical specs of the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Now, of course, you can see it here. This is very small. It's very compact. This is pretty traditional in terms of shape and size for a action camera. But the thing that sets it apart is this huge 2.5-inch flip out screen. I actually think as a content creator, this is a really, really nice feature and a big differentiator from some of the other action cameras out there. Being able to see myself, being able to have a larger screen when I'm filming is great. Now, it's really important for me when it comes to an action camera, but really any camera I'm going to be filming content with, is image quality. So this uses an 8K sensor, which is pretty amazing for something of this size. It also has a Leica Summarit lens. I personally like that a lot. Like I mentioned, I use a Leica Q3 as my everyday kind of photography camera. So the fact that Insta360 and Leica collaborated to create this lens is pretty awesome and a big plus. Now, Insta360 isn't the sponsor of this video, but Motion Array is. And the intro of this video, everything was shot on the Ace Pro 2, but all of the editing was done using video assets from Motion Array. So I used a ton of drag and drop assets like LUTs, music, transitions, motion graphics, overlays. Everything from Motion Array was used to turn that opening sequence of action cam footage into ideally a pretty cinematic looking intro. And then there are really popular new services like their AI voiceover.
So I can tell you about unique collabs with big name designers, new video assets like fonts, and generative AI tools using this very cool voice.
Also stock footage, so if I miss any shots during my trips, I can supplement that with footage directly from Motion Array's library. And finally, I think the best thing for me is it's really all in one place. And now with their new improved filtering and search system, finding exactly what you need is even faster. And that in itself makes the whole editing process a lot speedier and honestly a lot more fun. So if you want to learn more about Motion Array, I'm going to leave a link and a code in the description below. Feel free to sign up and check it out. Now, with that said, the 8K sensor plus the lens, you're going to get pretty good image quality. As you could see from some of the shots at the intro, everything looks pretty crispy overall. Now, you do get the Leica look or the Leica colors as settings built into the camera itself, so you can apply that to the footage right as you shoot it. Personally, I like to shoot everything in iLog, which gives me a lot more control over the color grading after the fact. And everything you see here was shot in iLog, and then I added the LUT from Insta360, and then I added a cinematic or a creative LUT afterwards to just change the footage up so that it looks a bit more like what I want it to. So everything that you saw in the intro and in this video is shot in iLog, except for the slow-mo footage, which does have the Leica natural look overlaid on top. And as you can tell from the footage, the image quality is pretty good. A lot of that is due to the dual chips. You have one new Pro imaging chip, which is going to help you just get better dynamic range, better image quality, noise reduction out of your footage. And then there's an entirely new chip that they've added just for AI processing. So again, that does help with like the AI highlight assistant. It helps with noise reduction, low light modes, and analyzing all of that additional data to give you the best kind of output possible from the sensor and lens. And it's because of those hardware changes that I think this action camera delivers pretty good image quality for an action camera. That's always been my biggest gripe with any action camera. I love how durable they are and compact and how great the stabilization is. It's just the output has never looked fantastic for me, especially compared to, you know, a full frame camera or even a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So now with the Ace Pro 2, I'm getting pretty comparable image quality, and it's definitely stuff that I can work with, as you can see. And of course, like most action cameras, we have multiple field of view options. We have Action Mega, which is a hyper wide view, ultra wide de-warp, which of course removes a lot of the warping that comes with ultra wide angle lenses. Linear. A couple of my favorites actually might be the 45-degree horizon leveling. So you probably can't see here, but I'll try to get some footage. But no matter how I tilt this camera, the horizon stays level. And of course, that is one of the key benefits of having an action camera, because that is really what they're good at. But for me, normally I shoot in the linear mode just so I'm getting the most comparable field of view to one of my larger cameras. Because in reality, what I'm actually doing is filming a lot more content like this. Kind of walking, vlogging, I'm traveling a lot, and I'm looking for a camera that is relatively small, compact, but still has some of the features that I like in my larger cameras. The biggest one being is the large flip out screen, which I'm looking at right now. Now, historically with action cameras, you do have the built-in front screen on some of the other competitors out there. I personally find it a little bit too small for my liking, especially as someone who's used to filming with an A7CR or the Sony FX3. I have a large forward-facing camera that lets me see my shot, it lets me see my levels, and it's just more pleasant, and it's something I'm much more used to doing. It also comes with this integrated wind guard, but for me, again, just because of how I like to film and what I film, having the ability to use Bluetooth audio and a mic directly with this camera is going to be helpful overall. The flip screen is really nice, and of course we've got lots of different settings here. We can go into manual mode, we can shoot HDR. I actually turn that off. I also lower the sharpening. I don't love the over sharpening that happens with action cameras. So I actually like a lot of the flexibility here for me to turn off a lot of the action camera settings and take a lot more control over the image processing when I finally get it onto my computer or from the app. And also hopefully what you'll see here is we have facial tracking, facial recognition. So again, thanks to the AI chip, that's really nice. This thing has a good amount of features kind of packed into it. Like I mentioned, slow motion is of course available. We have 100 and 120 FPS in 4K in the slow motion mode, which is great. You can also of course shoot this in 60 FPS, and then you can do 8K 24 frames per second. Now, other than this great flip out screen that makes it a really solid content creation tool, of course, you've kind of got that magnetic mounting system on the bottom. I've just got an old GoPro tripod and the Insta360 mounting piece. The nice thing that I really like about this is I can actually connect my DJI Mic Mini directly to this via Bluetooth. So again, we're getting pretty solid image quality as long as you've got good light. And now we have really high quality audio. That makes this little package really, really compact and very effective. The other nice thing is because my Mic Mini has a magnet, it also magnetizes to the bottom of the Insta360 mount. And that makes this a great kind of all-in-one content creation tool. Image quality looks fantastic. Now I've got my mic, which can either be mounted here or removed. And I've basically got everything that I need to film any type of content. And finally, what makes this, again, more than just an action camera, definitely comes down to the software and the ease of use with the Insta360 app, especially for editing. For anyone just looking to get into content creation, or if you're looking for a very seamless, low lift way to film videos, a camera like this is easy, it's robust, you've got the great screen, now you've got good audio, but it's the editing, right? That makes a big difference. In the app, Insta360 has a bunch of different templates. You can apply the LUT directly within the mobile app as well, which I really liked. And then you can do a lot of the color grading and editing there. For me though, I just export everything and I work on my laptop. But if you wanted to, if you're filming vertical content, for example, and you want something super simple, this works great. And the app does a really good job of handling your edits, your color grading, and exporting something you can post right to Instagram or TikTok, whatever you see fit, directly from your phone. And then there's a couple gimmicky things that I did like. There is the AI editing feature, so you can kind of overlay some of the AI animations. It's pretty cool. I mean, again, it's still a bit of a gimmick. I just edit everything myself, but it is a cool feature to have, and Insta360 has done a really good job of integrating that into their ecosystem, right? Their content library, their templates, all of that stuff that just makes making videos really fun. And all in all, I think that's the point. This camera fills a gap that the other cameras I own cannot. And that means now I've got a more durable, handy camera for filming in situations where none of the other cameras I have on me will be able to get the job done. All right, that is my initial review of the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. If you like this content, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos just like this. I will catch y'all in the next one.